Financial success does not arrive overnight. Its small wins celebrated creates momentum.
Moving forward with the Decker team. Moving forward together with the Decker team.
We are excited that, over 35 years worth of coming alongside you, not only selling, buying, and investing in real estate, coming alongside you to build your fun, build your fitness, build your finances, and even strengthen, heal, and flourish inside real estate. The wealth formula expanded. Number 3 out of 8 in the journey. Feels so good because this one's about winning.
It is about winning. And winning can be small. Small wins accumulate.
And what are some small wins?
Well, a small win could be following your budget for a month.
That would be maybe for some, that would feel like a huge win.
Tracking was one of the things we said is a must. So if you tracked for the 30 days, the 60 days, or 90 days, there's a win at the end of that to celebrate. It could be you paid off your lowest balance credit card.
That is so good.
That can be a win.
A win. Or you got rid of the stuff in your closet that no longer serves you and you sold it and you got some money and you built a cushion out of excess that you didn't want anymore. We didn't really necessarily give you ideas today or in this series about where do you get your cushion from? Where do you find your emergency fund? But if you read the wealth formula, it is in there. So we're not giving you 100% of the book, just verbalizing it. We're giving you a lot of the content plus expansions based on stories and experiences over the last 13 years since the wealth formula came out. So we want to think about what are wins to you? What would feel like a win to you? For me, it's often just that I was consistent in not buying certain things. Right? Consistent in my tracking, consistent in my saying no to something. And often for me, I get double wins because if I say no to buying that chocolate bar that I confessed about earlier, not only did it help my finances, but remember to bring the cucumber with me or a tomato or real food, it also helped my body. It also helped my brain. So a lot of my wins were cumulative wins inside one win. So when you think about those even, like you can go in any direction you want with the win because what we know is if you recognize your win and then celebrate it, and we'll talk a little bit about what celebration looks like for you may not be what it looks like for someone else. It creates a momentum that you can't get from just beating yourself up.
Yeah, let's talk about celebration.
Can you?
No, let's talk about celebration for a second.
Okay.
Because, before we went live on air, we were talking
confessing
about
again?
Yeah, like celebrations to me are like you go get an ice cream cone or you go out for a nice dinner or you have a bottle of wine and a little bit of cheesecake with dinner or something special out of the ordinary, right? And what I'm realizing, because of your input, is that celebration, being acknowledged by someone else, is celebration in itself. So
for many people, it is.
Yeah,
for me, it is.
Yeah, I think it is for everybody. If you can find your significant other doing something right or making the right financial decision, paying down the debt, not going out for lunch, making their own lunch and their own coffee in a thermos and leaving so that they don't have to spend money on the road. Those things, if you can catch them doing something right and celebrate it.
Meaning acknowledge it, encourage.
Yeah, because you know what Zane said? He said to Sarah and David, he said, record your wins because what you celebrate, you repeat.
So basically saying what you acknowledge in a good way, because it fuels you, you will do again and again and again.
Yeah.
Because it creates a momentum that you can't get from beating yourself up. I love that because it's true. We've seen it lived out.
Yep. Yeah. Repeat it. It's like how you train a dog.
Okay.
We're not that far off. If you want to train your man, celebrate when he does something right.
Well, and your wife too.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I think we all like to be acknowledged and appreciated and valued for the right decisions we make rather than just the not cool financial decisions.
Yeah. And, BMO, Bank of Montreal, they did a goal progress report in 2025. And they said that Canadians who track and celebrate monthly milestones are 50% more likely to continue moving forward with their financial goals. So tracking monthly. And Sarah and David, they were doing that for a while, right?
They were doing so good.
And then they noticed, oops, we actually fell off the bandwagon, right? They were spending money. They were building towards their emergency fund, and they had a setback because both of them got tired of being disciplined in their spending because it's a habit they were learning. And then they noticed when they went to check their milestone, oopsie, we both haven't been doing the best, right? And then they recommitted, and then very quickly they managed to put their what do you call it? Their emergency cushion together.
Yes,
right?
their emergency fund, their whoopee cushion. We've given it so many names over the years, so sometimes you'll hear us trip up on a name, and we're not trying to confuse you. We've just used lots of names for the same thing over the course of 30 odd years.
And the emergency cushion was the smaller amount. The whoopee cushion was like the 1 year,
right?
That allowed for a change in your career or to take time off and have a baby or whatever. So that's what we called that, the whoopee cushion. And the small one for emergencies was that emergency cushion.
Yeah, was it a cushion? So think about what are those habits or those wins that you want to celebrate, you want to acknowledge. And I think we admitted this too, and I thought that was the confession you were going to go to. We recently handled a debt that was not a great debt. It was a business debt, but one that didn't work well. One of our vanishing act of money from years and years ago. And we were able to recover only about 40% of the money, I guess. But regardless, we recovered it and we were able to take that and pay off some debt. And we forgot to acknowledge or celebrate. We just went, okay, because it felt like such a big loss that even when we had a win associated with it, we didn't get any momentum out of that win. So recognizing that you are wise to celebrate every single one of them, even if there's a sting attached to them.
Yeah, wins are the wind in your sails. Yeah, they create that momentum. That's why we want to celebrate the wins because, the goal is big and it's out there, right?
Yeah.
And it's hard to reach it, but it's not as hard to reach a small win, a small milestone, but they start accumulating and building the habits. So it becomes easier and easier to move towards your big success win. And you know what? Many times you get there faster than you ever thought you could.
So many.
Because the momentum grows.
Absolutely. And if you want a little bit of momentum, this is actually a cool time for a clarity call. We haven't invited you for a next step clarity call for a little bit here. We're going to encourage you to do that. But this time, share with us one of your wins so we can be part of the momentum of helping you move toward the bigger financial win.
Yeah. And we're thankful that you joined us on Life's Inside Track because when we move forward together, we've got this.
Moving forward with